Hello everyone and welcome to another video review by Centipede Geek. In this video I'll be talking about episode 5 of season 11 of the AMC television series with the name of The Walking Dead. Episode 5 is titled Out of the Ashes, and pretty much what this episode about centers around one of our characters that we've had since season 6, back when they had a lot about Alexandria, and that character is a character by the name of Aaron. I've always liked the character of Aaron a lot, and it really centers around him. And then it also jumps back to our story of Maggie and Negan, whether or not they can trust each other, and how long they should wait at this house or outpost, how long they should wait at this place for the priest Gabriel to return and the rest of their group to return. And then it also jumps back to Alexandria and centers around some of the kids being bullied by some of the older kids. And that's pretty much the gist of the episode without spoiling too much. And now in the rest of this video, spoilers will be ahead. So what did I think of this episode? This episode is what I would call one of these slow building blocks of the episode. It was a solid episode overall. My favorite episode so far out of these first 5 episodes would definitely have to be episode 4, titled Rendition, mainly because whenever the Pope puts his own person in the middle of that bonfire right in front of Daryl and Leah. That was just a big moment. So this is one of those episodes, like I said, where it's a solid building block episode as we slowly build up to the whatever you want to. You really can't call it a mid-season finale because they're doing 3 separate deals. They're doing 8 episodes now. A couple of months from now, they'll probably do 8 more, and then in sometime in 2022, they'll have the last 8 episodes. So I guess you can say maybe a 1/3 season finale if you really want to call it that, because this is the first third of the episodes, if you want to call it that. But overall, it was a solid episode. I'm really curious to see, as I said in my last review, I'm really curious to see what they do with Maggie and Negan, and whether or not one of them's going to die, and whether or not they're going to be able to grow sort of this mutual trust or bond between them. In this episode, we also featured the character of Stephanie, and whether or not that's the real Stephanie or not. Some people think that because of a certain, I believe I've seen some articles online of because of a certain ring she wears on her finger, that may have been a spoiler to allude that that's not actually Stephanie. We'll have to watch in the coming weeks for Walking Dead to reveal and whether or not that's actually Stephanie. But Gabriel, or excuse not Gabriel, Eugene, and the rest of them were Eugene and Ezekiel and Princess were all arrested in this episode, and now they're going to have to earn their keep, or should I say they're going to have to work in order to, not be put in prison, in this town, the Commonwealth. So that's a really interesting thing that happened. I like the opening of the episode a lot. I thought that was really interesting as Aaron's looking at previous villains they have faced throughout the past 4 or 5 years he's been on the show. So we see these different zombies that are portrayed, and the Whisperers, and the people with the W's on their heads. So I really liked how, in my opinion, I almost felt like this might foreshadow Aaron's death. So, let me know in the comments below. Do you think that his character is going to make it out alive by the end of these 8 episodes? Or do you think that, in my opinion, that scene alone really cemented and foreshadowed his death? He might not die now, but eventually he might come to an end. There's still certain characters we haven't seen. We have yet to see Michonne. Where has she been? Obviously the famous Rick Grimes character. We haven't seen him in, almost about 2 seasons or so. So where has he been? So there's a lot of unanswered questions that we still need to know. But overall, a solid building block episode. We only have about 3 episodes left until this airs. And it's always with these shows like this where they only have 7 or 8 episodes, where as soon as the show comes on, and before you know it, the show's over. So I'm really curious to see what happens. The next episode will be episode 6, titled On the Inside, and it'll air September 26th of 2021. Or if you have AMC Plus streaming service, it always airs on there about a week early. So make sure to check that out. The finale, or if you want to call it a finale, episode 8 for Blood, will air October 10th of 2021. Or as I said earlier, it'll air a week early on AMC Plus streaming service. Overall, a great episode. Walking Dead is just one of those really cool shows and it's sad to say it's a fitting ending. I believe they're going to give the show a fitting ending, but it'll be sad when the show ends because it's not too often with shows, especially with plots like The Walking Dead has, where they air for over a decade. Once again, thanks for watching another video by Centipede Geek for my Season 5 Out of the Ashes review of The Walking Dead. Once again, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe below.